Hello friends, in this lecture we'll see some more questions from the miscellaneous exercise. So let us start. See, in miscellaneous exercise maximum questions are repeated. So I'm giving you the questions which are not repeated. So now in this first question, I think we have already solved up to question number 10th. So next question, that is question number 16th, that we'll solve over here. Question number 16th, that is page number 531. Okay, it's miscellaneous exercise, question number 16th. It says ABCD is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. EABF is a straight line. EABF is a straight line. Such that EA equal to AB, such that EA is equal to AB is equal to BF. Prove that ED and FC when produced, prove that ED and FC when produced meet at right angle, meet at right angle. Diagram is also not given in the question, so try to draw the diagram and then try to solve it, then I will give you its solution. Okay, so ABCD is a rhombus. Okay, A, B, C, D is a rhombus. E, A, B, F. So this is E, A and this B, F. It's a straight line. Okay, so as it is given ED produced, so I have to draw the diagram little bit below so that on producing those two lines can meet. So okay, ABCD is a rhombus. Okay, it looks little bit like rhombus. It is given EABF in this way. Okay, let this point is EABCD. Now it is given when ED and this FC produce, they meet at right angle. So let them meet at point Q. So we have to prove that angle Q or angle EQF or DQF, whatever, is a right angle. Okay, so here it is given EA equal to AB equal to FB. As AB also equal to DC, that means these two sides will be equal as well as these two sides will be equal. Okay, so here I can write what we have given and what we have to prove. So okay, we have given ABCD is a, here I am writing given ABCD is a rhombus, EABF is a straight line. Okay, EABF is a straight line. ED and FC produce meet at Q. Okay, let this point is Q. ED and FC produced meet at Q. To prove angle Q is equal to 90 degree. Okay, one thing more given. Okay, also it is given, okay, in the given portion also EA is equal to AB is equal to BF. Now to prove angle Q is equal to 90 degree, that I have to prove. So let us see how we'll prove this proof. See, first I will explain you in short, then I will give you the detailed solution. See, it is given equal to AB, but AB equal to AD because it's a rhombus. That means these two sides will be equal. So as these two sides are equal, so in this triangle I can say opposite angles will be equal. So let's say angles are equal to X. In the similar way, here the BF is equal to BC, so again these two sides are equal, so these two angles again will be equal. So let this is Y, so this will be Y. Okay, now this triangle, this angle DAB, this angle DAB, or before that, see, this angle is X, so this angle is corresponding angle, isn't it? DQC and sorry QDC and QEF angles are corresponding angles because lines are parallel, so they must be equal. So as this is X, this will be X. Okay, similarly as this is Y, this will be Y. Now one thing more, here this angle is X, so by exterior angle property in DEA, this angle will be 2x, similarly this angle will be 2y. Now 2x plus 2y, 2x plus 2y is equal to 180, so I can say x plus y equal to 90. Now in triangle, okay, even though if I don't find this, still it works. Okay, now in triangle QEF, x plus y plus q equal to 90, and x plus y is 90, so angle q will be 90. Okay, so first of all I have to take these two sides are equal. So proof EA equal to AB, EA is equal to AB given. Okay, and AB equal to AD. Okay, or if I want to save some steps, that will be better. EA equal to AB is equal to BF, that is given, and AB equal to BC and AB equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD, that is also given. So from first and second I can write EA equal to AD, let it be third, and okay, EA equal to AB, AB equal to AD. So I wrote EA equal to AD. Also I can write FB equal to BC, and FB is equal to BC. Let it be fourth. Okay, now in triangle, now in triangle EAD, now in triangle EAD, now in triangle EAD, EA equal to AD, EA is equal to AD from third. Okay, here I proved this from third. Therefore I can say angle AED, therefore angle AED, okay, angle opposite to side EA is angle EDA, therefore angle EDA is equal to angle AED, is equal to angle AED is equal to X, say. Okay, now in triangle, now in triangle FCB, now in triangle FCB, FB equal to BC, okay, FB equal to CB, again I can write from fourth, that I got from fourth. Therefore I can say angle opposite to FB, that is angle FCB, therefore angle FCB is equal to angle opposite to CB, that is angle CFB, angle CFB is equal to Y, C. Okay, now reason for this step and reason for this step is same. In a triangle, if two sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, so that I am leaving for you. Okay. And FB equal to BC, let this be fourth. Okay, so now okay, now angle DAB, now angle DAB is an exterior angle for triangle DAB, is exterior angle for triangle DEA, for triangle DEA. Therefore angle DAB, therefore angle DAB is equal to X plus X, therefore angle DAB is equal to 2x. Okay, similarly I can find the measure of angle ABC. So now angle ABC is an exterior angle for triangle angle ABC, an exterior angle for triangle CFB or for triangle FCB. Therefore I can say angle ABC equal to angle ABC is equal to y plus y, therefore angle ABC is equal to 2y. Okay, so now I got the measure of angle DAB as well as angle ABC. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then I will give you the further solution. Okay, so now further, now I add these two. Okay, now angle DAB, angle DAB plus angle ABC is equal to 180. Therefore 2x plus 2y is equal to 180. Therefore x plus y is equal to 90. Okay. Now in triangle EQF, now in triangle EQF, now in triangle EQF, angle Q plus angle Q plus angle X plus angle Y is equal to 180 degree. So angle Q plus 90 is equal to 180 degree. Therefore angle Q is equal to 90 degree. Hence proved. Okay, so here we got the final answer, that is angle Q equal to 90 degree. Okay, reasons over here you have to write reason that all co-interior angles. Okay, here co-interior angles, here angle some property of triangle. Okay, angle some property of triangle, and over here co-interior angles. Okay, now next question we'll see, that is question number 22. Question number 22. From the same page number, question number 22. The question is, ABCD is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus ABCD is a rhombus and PQRS and PQR and S are midpoints of ABBC of ABBC, CD and DA respectively, and DA respectively. Prove that PQRS is a rectangle. Prove that PQRS is a rectangle. Prove that PQRS is a rectangle. Okay, in other words, these questions can be framed that prove that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a rhombus is a rectangle. We saw a similar question in which we proved that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of a square is a square. We also proved that quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, so here we have to prove that if we join the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a rhombus, we will get a rectangle. So here we have a rhombus ABCD. Okay, it is given that we have a rhombus ABCD, and we have to prove that the quadrilateral that we'll get by joining the midpoints. Okay, so this is the rhombus ABCD. Okay, ABCD is a rhombus. PQRS are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA. Okay, we have to prove that this PQRS is a rectangle. Now the first thing that should come in your mind, that to prove it's a rectangle, first we need to prove it's a parallelogram, and that is very easy to prove. Just by joining one diagonal we'll be able to prove this, it's a parallelogram. According to midpoint theorem, PQ is half of AC parallel to AC. Similarly, SR half of AC parallel to AC. That gives you PQ parallel SR, PQ equal to SR. So it's a parallelogram. Now to prove it's a rectangle, we need to prove one of its angle is 90 degree. Similar question we have already done. For that, what we have to do, we have to join another diagonal. Let the diagonal is BD, and let these two diagonals meet at point O. So actually you have to prove one of its angle is 90 degree. So you have to prove this angle SRQ equal to 90 degree. So see, when I proved this is a PQRS is a parallelogram, I can say this side is parallel to this. Okay, as well as now I have to prove RQ parallel DB. So I will be able to say these two are also parallel. So this will be a parallelogram. This R, let the point is ZOQ. Now this is a parallelogram, so opposite angles will be equal, and angle O is already 90 because diagonal of a rhombus bisect each other at 90 degree. As O will be 90, R will be 90. Okay, so let us start its proof. Given ABCD is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. Okay. P, Q, R and S are midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Also I am writing angle O is not, right now I can't write because okay, AC and BD are its diagonals. Okay, what I have to prove, quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. Quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. Okay, so first I have to prove it's a parallelogram, then I will prove one of its angle is 90 degrees. So let us see its proof. Okay, small construction is required. Construction. Join AC and BD. Join AC and BD. Let they meet at O. Let they meet at O. Okay, now we'll start its proof. So in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, P is midpoint, P is midpoint of P is midpoint of AB, and Q is midpoint, and Q is midpoint of and Q is midpoint of BC. So by midpoint theorem, midpoint theorem I can say, by midpoint theorem I can say PQ parallel AC and PQ equal to AC by 2. Let it be equation number 1. Okay, now same thing I'll apply in triangle ADC. Now in triangle ADC, S is midpoint of AD, S is midpoint of AD, and R is midpoint of DC, and R is midpoint of DC. Okay, this is given. S is midpoint of AD, R is midpoint of DC. So this segment which join these two will be parallel to third and the half of third. Midpoint of DC. So by midpoint theorem, I can write, SR parallel AC and SR equal to AC by 2. Let it be second. So from first and second, see, first says PQ parallel AC and second says SR parallel AC. That means PQ parallel SR. Similarly, PQ equal to AC by 2, SR equal to AC by 2. That means PQ. So from first and second, I can write SR parallel PQ and SR equal to PQ. Therefore, quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. As it's a parallelogram, I can write it's a parallelogram. Okay, therefore SR parallel PQ, as SR parallel PQ I can write ZR parallel OY. Therefore ZR parallel OY. Let it be equation number 3. ZR parallel OY. I proved this. ZR parallel OY. Okay, before this, let this is be equation number 3. ABC PQRS is a parallelogram. This is third, and let this is fourth. Okay, ZR parallel OY. Now, okay, here I proved ZR parallel OY. Now I need to prove RY parallel ZO. For that I need to prove RQ parallel DB, and for that I have to apply midpoint theorem in triangle DCB. So now in triangle DCB, R is midpoint of DC, and Q is midpoint of BC, and Q is midpoint of BC, and Q is midpoint of BC. So by midpoint theorem, I can say RQ parallel BD. RQ parallel BD. Therefore, I can say RY parallel ZO. Therefore, RY parallel ZO. Let it be equation number 5. Now, from 4th and 5th, I can say ZOYR is a parallelogram. Therefore, angle ZOY is equal to angle ZRY. Okay, therefore angle ZRY is equal to angle ZOY. So ZRY will be equal to 90 degree, and that we need to prove. As soon as we'll get ZRY, we can say PQRS is a parallelogram having one angle 90 degrees, so it's a rectangle. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, now further over here we will see okay. Now from third and fourth, now from third and fourth, ZOYR quadrilateral ZOYR is a parallelogram because both pair of its opposites are parallel. Therefore, I can say angle ZRY. Therefore, angle ZRY is equal to angle ZOY. Angle ZOY. Now, ZRY can be written as SRQ. Therefore, angle SRQ is equal to, now ZOY is equal to 90 degree. Here, let it be equation number 5. Okay, here it should be from 4th and 5th, and here it will be 6th. Now why SRQ, sorry, why ZOY 90? Because angle ZOY is equal to 90 degree as DB perpendicular AC. DB perpendicular AC. Okay. So now from third and sixth, quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram having one angle 90 degree, isn't it? Here it's a parallelogram. Here one of its angle is 90 degree, here having one angle 90 degree. Therefore, quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. Hence proof. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, now we'll see next question, that is question number 29th from page number 532. Question number 29th from the miscellaneous exercise. That is the next question that we have to solve over here. Okay, so next question is question number 29th, page number 532. In a triangle ABC, in a triangle ABC and triangle DEF, AB equal to DE and AB parallel DE, BC equal to EF, BC is equal to EF and BC parallel EF and BC parallel EF. Vertices ABC are joined to vertices ABC are joined to vertices DEF, to vertices DEF respectively. Okay, prove that. 6 things that we have to prove. So first let us draw its diagram. This is triangle ABC. This is triangle DEF. Okay, this is triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Okay, this is the diagram given in the question. Now you have to prove. Okay, so what we have given in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, AB equal to DE. Okay, this AB is equal to DE, then AB parallel DE. Okay, AB parallel DE, BC equal to EF, BC is equal to EF, BC is equal to EF, BC parallel EF. Okay, BC parallel EF, ABC are joined to DEF, ABC are joined to DEF respectively, to DEF respectively. Okay, so in construction, okay, actually this is not given. A is joined to D, B is, yes, B is joined to E, okay, and C is joined to F. So what we have to prove, okay, we have to prove there are two parallelograms. Okay, to prove, okay, to prove you can take from the book because there are 6 things that we have to prove. So let us discuss this, its proof. First we have to prove ABED is a parallelogram. ABED, yes, it's a parallelogram because one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. So okay, here I can write in quadrilateral ABED, in quadrilateral ABED, AB equal to DE and AB parallel DE, that is given. Therefore quadrilateral ABED is a parallelogram. Hence proof first. Okay, now second, you have to prove BEFC is a parallelogram. BEFC, again with the same thing. Now, in quadrilateral BEFC, it is given BC parallel EF, BC equal to EF and BC parallel EF, that is given. These two things are given. Therefore quadrilateral, because one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, so that makes quadrilateral BEFC is hence proof second. Okay, now third, you have to prove AD parallel CF, AD parallel CF, okay, and AD equal to CF, AD parallel CF, AD equal to CF. Okay, so actually it is already done. See, when we proved AB parallel DE, sorry, when we proved ABED is a parallelogram, I can say AD equal to BE, AD equal to CF. So I am including one thing over here. Therefore I can say AD equal to BE and AD parallel BE. Okay, let it be first one. Now in quadrilateral BEFC, okay, just I added one thing. See, I proved ADEF, sorry, ADEB is a parallelogram, so I can say AD equal to BE, AD parallel BE. Now when I proved BEFC is a parallelogram, I can say BE equal to CF, therefore BE equal to CF and BE parallel CF. Let it be second. So now from first and second, see, first says AD equal to BE, this says BE equal to CF, that means equal to CF. Also first says AD parallel BE, then second says BE parallel CF, it means AD parallel CF. So now from first and second, now from first and second, from first and second I can say AD equal to BE and AD parallel, AD equal to CF and AD parallel CF. From first and second, AD parallel CF and AD equal to CF. So that is hence proved third. Okay, this is hence proved third. Let this is be equation number 3. Hence proved third. AD parallel. So when I say AD parallel CF, AD equal to CF, then ADFC is also parallelogram. That I think you have to prove the fourth one. Okay, so here I can write as AD parallel CF, as AD equal to CF, therefore I can say, therefore quadrilateral ADFC is a parallelogram. Hence proved fourth. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then I will give you the solution of remaining two. Okay, see, we have ADFC is a parallelogram. Okay, one thing that I skipped in this particular solution, and reasons I skipped, so that you have to write by your own. So here ADFC is a parallelogram. As it's a parallelogram, so its opposite sides will be equal, and that gives me AC equal to DF. Okay, as quadrilateral ADFC is a parallelogram, its opposite sides will be equal. Okay, so I can say AC equal to DF. That will be hence proved fourth. So therefore AC equal to DF. Therefore AC is equal to DF. Let us, so this is the actually let be equation number 3 as well as hence proof fifth. This is the fifth proof. Okay. Now next you have to prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So now in triangle ABC, now in triangle ABC and triangle DEF and triangle DEF. Okay, these two triangles ABC and triangle DEF. So AB is equal to DE. AB is equal to DE, that is given. Okay, AB is equal to DE, that is given. AB is equal to DE, that is given. Then BC is equal to EF, that is again given. Okay, BC is equal to EF, that is also given. Now suppose I want to prove okay, now AC equal to DF, AC is equal to DF, that we proved in fourth, that we proved in fourth or from fourth. So here the triangles are congruent side. But suppose I say you that you have to prove these two triangles are congruent by any other congruency criteria. So is it possible to prove these two triangles congruent by any other congruency criteria, that is by side angle side or whatever angle side angle? Okay, let us try to prove it by side angle side. So for that I need this angle B is equal to this angle E. Okay, it is possible, but it will take it will become little bit complicated as well. So here therefore I can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by side. So hence proved sixth. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so it was very easy proof. Almost everything was given, and throughout the this question we use one concept, that is in a parallelogram, in a quadrilateral, if one pair of in a quadrilateral, if one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, then it's a parallelogram. When I proved ABED is a parallelogram, it was given me that AB equal to DE as well as AB parallel DE. So it means one pair of opposite side of this quadrilateral was equal and parallel, so this become a parallelogram. Then in the similar way it was given to us, that is BC equal to EF as well as BC parallel to EF. So again the same concept, that is if in a quadrilateral one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, then it's a parallelogram. So by this way I got BCFE is a parallelogram. Now in third it was asked uh, to prove that AD equal to AD equal to CF and AD parallel CF. So for that what I did, when I proved this AB ED is a parallelogram, over there I took AD equal to BE and AD parallel B. Why AD equal to BE, AD parallel B? Because AB ED is a parallelogram from first. So I can say AD equal to BE, AD parallel BE. Okay. Now in second I proved BEFC is a parallelogram. So from there I can get BE equal to CF, BE parallel CF. Okay. So from first I got these two, AD and BE are equal, AD and BE are parallel. Then from second I got BE equal to CF, BE parallel CF. So these two gives me that AD is parallel to CF as well as AD is equal to CF. Now when I say AD is equal to CF, AD is parallel to CF, it means I am saying that one pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal and parallel. So that gives me ADFC is a parallelogram. Okay, as soon as I got this is a parallelogram, I can say AC is equal to DF. AC is parallel to DF because in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal and parallel. So I got AC parallel DF, AC equal to DF, but I need only AC equal to DF. Last one it was given to prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Over there two things were already given to you, that is AB equal to D, that is given directly in the question. Similarly BC equal to EF, that is also given in the question. We need third part, so I took AC equal to DF, that I got from the fifth proof. So by side I can say triangles are congruent. So in that way we proved all 6 parts of this question. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so that is all about this lecture as well as this chapter. Okay, again before I finish this, it's already finished, but before I say my concluding lines, so this chapter is very important. There are around 24 to 26 theorems which you need in our further lectures as well as in your further classes. So please be ready with these theorems. Now we'll meet in next lecture. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home.